Hello and welcome. This is a review by the Tech Rec blog. This is the AKAI K40N review. Now the reason that this review is in English and the post on the Tech Rec blog is in Hebrew is simply because this model is not very popular around the world. Maybe AKAI has rebranded a Chinese phone. I'm not really sure what the reason is, but the fact is that I thought it would be nice to have a review of such a model in English.
Anyway, this is the AKAI K40N. This is the most basic AKAI phone that's being sold.
And I'd like to show you what it looks like and how it performs.
This is not an unboxing video. I opened this phone, I just closed it again so you can see what's in the box.
This is the box. As you can see, it's of average quality and average size, everything you'd expect from a casing of a phone.
Back, you see it has a front camera of 2 megapixel and a back camera of 5 megapixel plus flash. It says so here. Of course, it's LED flash. It's not true. When I actually use the phone, it's 2 megapixels for the back-facing camera and 0.3, that's VGA, for the front-facing camera.
Where I come from, it's false advertising and it's not accepted.
Now let's have a look inside the packet and see how this phone performs. As you may or may not know, right now, as I'm recording this, it costs about 550 shekels. In Israel, that's about,
let's say, $150, $160.
Okay, so this is the phone itself. As you can see, I already removed the front cover. As you can see, it's actually taped right here. This is the screen protector. It comes with a screen protector. It's not very well adjusted though. As you can see, there is this air bubble here on the top. But it comes with a screen protector, which is a cool feature.
Most smartphones simply don't provide that.
Now, if I open the case of this device, as you can see, I have here a USB cable, a micro USB cable. I have here the headphones that are kind of
bad quality. Now, the last thing here is, of course, the AC plug. What you see here is a standard Israel plug.
So that's the case. Now let's head on to the phone. The rest is not really interesting. Okay, so this is the phone. Now, design-wise, it feels really good in your hand. As you can see, I'm holding it in my hand right now.
And I have standard hands.
It has this rugged plastic casing on the back that opens, by the way. There is a
tiny hinge here, you can see.
Here that you can open it with. It opens, it really catches fingerprints, but it's a really nice cover. It feels good in your hand, and I really like non-huge phones. Now, if you take a look at the device, you see that the front is quite simple. It has the 3 Android 4 buttons. There is the front-facing camera here. If you take a look at the side, there is the volume rocker. Here there is a micro USB extension, and on the top you have the power button and a 3.5-inch standard headphones plug. On the bottom we really have nothing except for the tiny hole that's the microphone, and you can take the back lid off. Now we're not going to do it right now. There is a battery here and place for 2 SIM cards. One is GSM, the other is WCDMA. And there is a place for a micro SD card. Now let's boot this. Let's boot the device up. I'm gonna have a click on the button here.
The tactical feedback on the power button is far from amazing.
Now, okay, so this is how it looks. It's connected on Wi-Fi right now, as you can see here.
As you can see, you have all the standard apps here, including all the Google branded apps in the Play Store. Now it comes built in with Hebrew like any Android 4 device, and the next task is to watch a 3D game and see how it performs and how it runs Temple Run 2, which is a standard Android game. Benchmark-wise, performance-wise, this device lies somewhere in between the Galaxy S2 from more than 2 years ago and the Nexus 4, the great phone by Google from a bit more than a year ago. And as you can see, it performs 3D tasks quite well. It's not amazing, but it runs kind of smoothly. You can see that the gameplay here is very simple, very easy, and I can't really pick up and tilt the device, but you can see it works perfectly well too, meaning the sensors. So performance is not an issue. What is an issue, however, is the screen, the display itself. The screen viewing angle is a little problematic. Now I'll tilt the camera as if it was my head, and you'll be able to see that the bottom gets a bit color distorted when I turn the camera up. Now when I turn it down, it's a bit too bright there at the top and a bit too dark in the bottom. That's really annoying. That's somewhat of an issue in this phone, and it doesn't happen in other AKAI models. So now let's try some multitasking. Let's open some apps and see how the device performs when those apps run in the background and how it performs switching between apps. So I open the file manager. Now I'm opening the web browser. I'll visit a Hebrew website just so you can see that it looks perfectly well and no justification problems and no upside down language problems like in previous Android versions. It just looks good and feels good, and you get everything you'd expect from an Android 4 device, which is really good news for the average Israeli consumer. Now let's visit the second major issue with this phone, and that's the camera. That's the second annoying issue. We'll start the camera. As you can see, the flow is quite fast and fluid. We go into the camera and we see right away that the quality is not amazing. Now if we'll try and play with the settings, we'll find that we don't have 5 megapixels in the list. Not 3 megapixels too. All we have is 2 megapixels for the back-facing camera. That's actually 1.9 megapixels, and that is not a good quality, and unlike what's written on the box. Now we'll switch to the front-facing camera. You can see there are several modes here. We'll switch to the front-facing camera. In the front-facing camera, you can see there are the top quality of pictures you're gonna get is VGA, and VGA is 0.3 megapixels, unlike the promised 2 megapixels, and that's really a shame because it means you can't really shoot nice selfies with this phone. So you know, if you like selfies, you might want to consider skipping this one. Well, after this very nice shot of my head, I think we can move on to the rest of the review. We'll leave the camera up right now. Now let us just continue a bit with our demo of multitasking and the viewing angles on this device. So let's start Waze, which is a navigation app that's very popular here in Israel. And as we go into it, you can see in a very distinguished viewing angle problem. As you can see, you tilt the device a bit and the colors get all distorted, and you tilt it to the other side and the colors are burnt, and that's annoying. We'll start Waze, which is the reason we decided on Waze is because it's kind of heavy compared to other lighter apps. Now let's go back and see how it performs. Now a long click on the home button would show you the running apps and allow you to close them and manage them in the Android 4 gesture system. That's very nice. And now I have to say that I won't have the time to review YouTube in this video review, but you can trust me that the volume quality is okay, even though the volume level is a little low. This has been the AKAI K40N review. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to contact me on the techrag.blogspot.com.